welcome to this very, very special talk, losing weight and gaining health. So important, right? We all want to always have the perfect weight and have the perfect health. So if that's your priority, you're absolutely in the right place. My name is Reena Rupani, and I'm part of Team Sharan since the past 10 years. And my journey also started like yours. I was always wanting to lose weight. I was 65 kilos. I reached 63 and then I just gave up because the weight machine just wouldn't budge. And after that, I said, okay, everybody's like me, healthy in the family. I have married now, have kids. It's okay. This is how life is going to be. Until Sharan came into my lap and I attended a talk, something like what you're attending. And my God, I had severe acidity. My acidity disappeared. I actually did it for acidity. I didn't even do it for weight loss that time because I'm somebody who doesn't like to have pills. So I did it for acidity. And in my acidity disappeared in 3 days. Okay. And I was so excited. So I started, adapting everything that I learned, which you will also be learning today. And after that, in 8 months, I lost 17 kilos of weight. Okay, 17 kilos. And I'm talking 10 years ago. In fact, I'd become so thin that my father actually called Dr. Nandita and was like, what's happening? What's happened to her? But she said, look, hang on, because when we are losing a lot of weight, a lot of toxins and our body gets cleansed. And that's what was happening with me. And well, it's been 10 years and I've been beautifully been able to maintain my weight. And I have a 21-year-old daughter. And just today, a friend of mine was telling, you can easily share your daughter's closet because you both are lean and thin, right? So that's the beauty of what you're going to be learning today. And trust me, I'm a live example, and you'll meet many others that this actually works. Okay. So without much ado, I'm sure you're all waiting to learn what do we have to do. Please allow me to introduce Dr. Nandita Shah. Dr. Shah is an amazing doctor. She's actually a very unique doctor because usually when you go to doctors, they just write down a prescription. But here, she doesn't write any medicines as prescription. She writes food as prescription. And that's what the father of medicine told, right? Hippocrates, let food be thy medicine. So she has started this organization, SHARAN. It stands for Sanctuary for Health and Reconnection to Animals and Nature. And today we are having dis-ease, weight gain or health loss because we are disconnected from nature, and Sharan tries you to reconnect you to nature. She's also the author of the bestseller Reversing Diabetes in 21 Days. She's writing a book on cancer, which is coming out in some time. And she is also the recipient of the Nari Shakti Puraskar, which is the largest, which is the highest award for women in our country, because thousands of people have benefited um, just by changing their diet and getting healthy and losing weight. Okay. So please allow me to have Dr. Shah take over. Doctor, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And it's true that Reena has actually lost a lot of weight. So before I say anything more, I just want to share my screen and show you photographs of her. So as Reena told you, Sharan stands for Sanctuary for Health and Reconnection to Animals and Nature. And this is Reena when she got married. Actually, I went to her house in Dubai and I saw her wedding photo. And I said, oh my God, Reena looks much younger now than when she got married. So this is the time when she lost too much weight, and her father called me. And this is the time, this is now, where she is in the right weight. So it's one always loses too much weight initially, and that's because of the cleansing that's taking place. But once you finish the cleansing, if you stay on the path, you will be your own best weight. Isn't that wonderful? And just to let you know, I've been following this lifestyle for more than 25 years. And I wasn't really overweight, and I can't say that I've lost a lot of weight, but I've certainly gained a lot of health. So, losing weight to gain health. Can anyone tell me why do you want to lose weight? Okay, so Selvi says for a healthy life. and Hema says to have high energy, and Sakshi says to stay fit. Oh, that's really wonderful. So all of you are into health. But Dr. Suman says to look good and young, right? To look good. So many people want to look good. True. And to help you bring down the dependence on medication, Priyam. Wonderful. And a flexible body and easily moving. And yes, that's totally true that when we are overweight, then it's hard to do the exercise. I had a patient yesterday and he said he wants to lose weight. And he said that, I can't do exercise because my knee pains, because I'm carrying all this weight. So we can actually put all these things in place. So looks and confidence are very important things. And also heart disease and stroke is a result of overweight. And same with type 2 diabetes and sleep apnea. So many people have sleep apnea these days. And then osteoarthritis and back pains and certain cancers and digestive problems and fatty liver disease, premature aging, severe COVID-19 symptoms. So many people know that, overweight is a comorbidity for COVID. Imagine if you can get rid of all these diseases and even more and have more energy. And before I go ahead, I want to ask you all that do any of you, have any of you already done it and reached your best weight over here? Or has anyone here lost weight?
Yes.
Rachel said, I lost 18 kilos. Wow. And Gauri Priya 10 kilos and Dr. Suman 17 kilos. And you're going to meet Dr. Suman soon. And Geeta said, I lost, but I gained back. And Manish says, I'm my preferred weight for over a decade now. And Kripa says, yes, with 5 years of yoga. Okay, definitely exercises do help. But can you imagine that it's impossible to keep exercising all that, those calories out? But if you just eat the right food, you can be healthy forever. So I'm going to go back to my screen share. And I want to show you Dr. Suman, who just commented. This is Dr. Suman when she came for our 21-day program on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, the way she is now, 17 kilos down. Dr. Suman didn't even know what the 21-day program was. She came just because her her son and daughter-in-law offered her a gift, but she reaped all the benefits. Dr. Suman, over to you. Would you like to tell them more about this? And while we're there, I just want to tell you that Dr. Suman is our eco kaki, and she loves to teach people how to get healthy by removing chemicals from their lives. In personal care products and home care products and everything. Over to you, Dr. Suman.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nandita, for giving this opportunity. So I am Dr. Suman. I am a biotechnologist by profession. Now, of course, I have retired from Government of India. And this was my retirement gift. In fact, I went to SHARAN 3 weeks retreat in Gokarna without knowing what it is all about. And once we landed there, we realized that we have to, get off dairy, which is milk, cheese, ghee, butter, everything, and also oil and sugar and whole foods, and of course, organic, preferably. So I just want to share with you that in these 3 weeks, we enjoyed our vacation and of course our journey to health. So we became much more healthier and of course lost weight. I lost 4 kgs. My husband also lost 3 to 4 kgs. And over a period of 1 year after coming back from there, I continued on this journey and lost about 17 kg. And then I also did the SHARAN facilitator program, so that I could, share the benefits with others willing to do so. I'm so excited to be here, because this weight loss, as Reena said, has haunted me all my life. After I had my children through cesarean sections, I just gained weight, and the doctor was always telling me that you are, walking with a 15 kg bag. And I tried everything, losing, reducing sugar and reducing oil and reducing food also, food intake, and of course, gymming and walking and whatnot. But it used to, I will lose 2-3 kgs and again it will come back. So it was like a nightmare for me. I never realized that you could eat as much as you want and still lose weight and also gain health. So that was the mantra which Dr. Nandita, in fact, taught us. And I just want to share with you the kind of food we ate. I mean, it was so lavish spread and so yummy and tasty, delicious, and also nice to look at, colorful rainbow colors. So I've traveled world over and have stayed in 5-7 star properties, but I have never eaten the kind of healthy options of food we ate at SHARAN. And also we had lots of activities, we had trekking, we had aqua aerobics, we had swimming and yoga nidra and meditation and whatnot. So anybody who's interested to gain health, and of course byproduct will be weight loss and much more. I mean, once you reach there you realize. And of course you are also helping the mother earth, because you are not, I mean, you are going to be cruelty free, so you can eat guilt free, and everything is bonus. So I am sure if anybody wants to try, the retreat is a better place, because you get to know all the tools and techniques also. Because the principles you can learn from the seminar, and then you have to learn cooking and how to replace things and where to procure things. So everything in a package you will be given. So my life has transformed, and so has my husband's. So we are retired, so we are senior citizens. My husband also lost 14 kgs, and both of us are off all medications. And I was taking all kinds of medicines all my life. So I request everybody, I encourage everybody to try this, what Dr. Nandita is going to teach you. And there will be no going back. You will really enjoy this journey. I'm sure about that, because I'm a living example, as Reena said. So, when you meet people who have done it and shown it and then benefited it, so please do give it a try. Thank you, Dr. Nandita.
Thank you, Dr. Suman, for sharing your story with all of them. And I just want to assure everyone that you don't have to do the 21 day in order to lose weight. Like Reina didn't do it, though the 21 day, if you can join, there's nothing like it. But if you can't do it, we have lots of cooking classes. We have almost 600 recipes on our website, and I'll be telling you what to do. And if you do it, you will get the results. So just for a moment, back to my screen share, because I want to introduce Parini. So Parini changed her diet because her son had Down syndrome and was getting plenty of infections, and she had heard that this would help. But the side effect was that she lost weight and she's looking lovely now. So, Parini, over to you. Would you like to share your story?
Thank you, doctor. So I'm Parini from Ahmedabad, and my weight loss journey is little bit different. I started following Sharon's whole food plant-based lifestyle for my son, whose name is also Sharon. He's 23 years old and he's blessed with Down syndrome. As doctor said, he had many health condition, and I tried everything, allopathic, homeopathic, Ayurvedic, but nothing was working. And we thought maybe this is because of his genetic condition. But when I got to know about this Sharon's whole food plant-based lifestyle, I decided to try it for my son, and we got miraculous results. His immunity got boosted up. He also had alopecia, which also got reversed. And that time, same time, I was also trying to lose weight. I was trying different things, but my weight was not going. And I started this lifestyle just to give him company. And I started realizing that started losing weight, and I lost almost 13 kg of weight in less than a year. My skin got better, my hair got better, and I had some skin issues which also got reversed. So we are so happy with this lifestyle, and I was so much inspired by Sharan's lifestyle. So I got myself certified as Sharan's whole food plant-based facilitator, just to help other special need parents and other people who really want to gain health through this lifestyle. My son's cognitive skill also got improved through this lifestyle. And I'm also whole time I'm buzzing with the energy. So I'm immensely grateful to Dr. Nandita and Sharan for this lifestyle. Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome. And Parini shows us that if you want to learn something, the more you teach, the more you get the benefits, right? And that's also what Dr. Suman is doing and Reina is doing. In fact, Reina conducts 6-week weight loss health gain programs. I'll tell you more about that later. So back to my screen share, dieting. And I know I saw that some of you had lost weight and put it on. And I know that many of you may have felt this way, that I keep trying to lose weight, but it keeps finding me. But imagine animals in nature are never obese. I went to Africa and there was so much grass, but no overweight zebras, and so many zebras, but no overweight lion. So it doesn't depend on how much you're eating, but it depends on what you eat, right? Only humans and the animals that we feed are overweight. So what are we doing wrong? So Sharan has a 5-point plan that everything that you eat should be plant-based. Why plant-based? Because when we eat animal products, we are also eating the growth hormones in them, especially dairy, but also other animals, because they're made to grow fast so that they can go to the market fast. And so that growth hormone makes us grow, but also makes us grow. And all animal products are full of fat. So if you boil milk, you get fat on top. You boil chicken, you get fat on top. You boil meat or fish, you get fat on top, right? So we want to eat only plant-based, and plants also contain a lot of fiber if you eat them in the whole form. That means don't peel your vegetables, don't refine foods, or don't eat refined foods, but eat foods in their entire whole form. And if you look at this image, you can see that these are foods that we're instinctively attracted to. If we were to go to a farm or an orchard and we see fruits and vegetables there, we feel like picking and eating them. But if you see a chicken walk by, or a goat or a cow, our mouth doesn't water, and that's just because it's not our food. And we're the only species that sprays our food with poison so that other animals don't eat it. And then we eat it. How can it be? So we need to eat only organic as far as possible. And not just people who are following this diet, but anyone could have a lack of vitamin B12 and vitamin D. So we need to check these two and supplement them if necessary. Now, in Sharan, whenever we want to get rid of a problem, we try to understand the cause of the problem and remove it. Like, for example, if someone has diabetes and they go to the doctor tells them to cut down sugar, cut down carbohydrates, cut down fruits. But have you seen that nobody gets well that way? Even the medicines never cure. But if we remove the cause of the problem, that means if we remove the cause of the diabetes, and that's all we teach, if you remove the cause of the weight gain will go. So what are the causes of weight gain? This is what we're going to discuss now. And obviously, number one cause is fat in oil, ghee, and butter, as well as fat found in all animal products. Now, I know you're thinking that what about peanuts or coconut or sesame? Don't they have fat too? And think about it. If you boil peanuts, you will not get fat on top. If you boil sesame, you will not get fat on top. If you boil coconut, a piece of coconut, you will not get fat on top. And the same is with avocado and other plant foods which contain fat. So, what animal products have and free fats have is no fiber. The fiber holds on to the fat, and it does that even in our body. So, when we eat foods with plenty of fiber, and remember, only plants produce fiber, there's no fiber in animal products. So, when we eat foods with lots of fiber, the fiber holds on to the fat and ushers it out. And that's why we want to eat plenty of plants and we want to avoid animal products because they contain growth hormones. We also want to avoid lack of fiber. Animals never have fiber, but plants do unless we refine them. And common refined products are sugar. Sugar is just empty calories, and oil, and white rice, and white flour like maida, and juices. When you make a fruit juice, you take out all the fiber and throw it away and drink the juice. And honestly, even oil is a kind of nut juice or seed juice, isn't it? And then peeled vegetables and fruits. We're losing fiber when we peel them. And so I always say that eat like a monkey. That means peel the things that you could peel with your bare hands. Peel your bananas and oranges, definitely. Or eat your mangoes. Like, you don't have to do that, but you can peel your mangoes because you could eat the mango without the peel or the papaya. But don't eat anything which doesn't have fiber. And honey. Many people ask me about honey. And imagine if you saw a beehive. Would your mouth water? Probably not, right? That's because it's not our food. And honey also has no fiber. And of course, all animal products don't have fiber. So if we eat foods full of fiber, we will just fill our stomachs with fiber. That means less calories. And is there anyone here who's eaten brown rice? Okay, so quite a few people have. And when you eat brown rice, can anyone tell me how much do you eat compared to white rice? Less, yes, less. Actually, you eat half the amount. So imagine if you have to eat one bowl of brown rice, but you're going to eat two bowls of white rice to be full. That white rice has double the calories of that brown rice, which is satiating. And so the fiber is going to remove the fat. Plus, we've eaten less calories. Automatically, we will lose weight, right? So we have to learn from the animals. Animals in nature always eat their food whole, they never refine it. And animals eat the foods that nature expected them to eat, the foods that they are naturally, instinctively attracted to. Cows will always eat wheat, lions will always eat meat. But we think that we are omnivores, and we aren't really. But we've been taught that we are. Now, processed foods is another big thing because processed foods is very addictive. And if you look at the ingredients of every package, you will find that almost all these processed foods are made addictive with five substances: sugar, salt, fat, milk powder, and MSG. Like, even if you have potato chips, the flavored potato chips will have milk powder so that they can make it more addictive so that once you open that package, you can't drop it. Acidic foods are also addictive. What are the acidic foods that we commonly eat? So here you can see on this table, animal products like cheese and meat and chicken and fish. And all dairy products and eggs, these are acidic because you must have heard that proteins, which are high in these products, break down into amino acids. And other substances that are addictive are sugar, coffee, tea, alcohol, vinegar, salt, colas. We all know this, right? So the trick is to stay away from the addictive foods. Like nobody ever said, today I overate carrots, right? It rarely happens. In fact, people rarely say that today I overate dal, but I overate chicken, I overate ice cream, I overate cake. This happens. Isn't it true? So we have to get rid of the addictive substances so that we will not be impulsively overeating. So we should avoid eating low quality foods. Low quality foods, everybody knows what they are. Those processed and packaged foods, the foods that we don't want anyone to see us eat, but they're so addictive that we once in a while do eat. So if you fall for this trap, don't feel bad. I've fallen for it too. But when you fall for this trap, eat the food very slowly, enjoy every bite, and then remember how your body feels after that and keep it in your mind. And then the next time you have that food in front of you, bring back that memory and think, do I want to feel the same way today? And maybe your answer is yes. Then have it again. But slowly it will fall off you, and you will not need to do anything to avoid eating these things because, as Dr. Suman said, our food is so good. If you can make some of the recipes from our website or attend some of our cooking classes, you will be able to make delicious food that you will not want to eat out. Like for me, I go home actually to make my lunch and eat it, and same with dinner. And I don't like to eat out because it's just not the same quality as what I eat at home. So high quality means all the colors of the rainbow every day. Organic foods, when I eat out, it's rarely organic. Local and seasonal, lot of high raw foods, and all the colors of the rainbow, as I said. And raw food is rarely addictive, but cooked food can be addictive. Like you may have said today, I ate too many rotis or too much rice. And once again, rice and rotis, actually grains, are not our food. Because when we see those green fields of wheat and rice, our mouth doesn't water. So raw foods are harder to eat. You have to chew more. Cooked foods are soft like a baby. You can just finish your soup or your dal rice quickly. Raw foods are never addictive, but cooked foods can be addictive, right? And raw foods are always higher in nutrients. So once your nutritional needs are met, you will not need more. So, for example, if you open a package of potato chips and finish the package, there could be a temptation to open another package, even though you've got all the calories you need because you haven't got the nutrients that you need. But if you were to order a big salad and eat it and enjoy it, the chances are you will not order another salad, right? And raw is closest to nature, that all the animals eat their food totally raw. And cooked food is man-made. So at least we could start eating more raw food, right? And you know why I told you that Dr. Suman is teaching people how to remove the chemicals? That means, where are the chemicals coming from? Of course, the food, the non-organic food and the packaged food that we're going to make sure that we don't eat anymore, and the non-organic, I already said non-organic food and processed food, and We often don't think about our toothpaste or mouthwash. In fact, when you put oil on your skin, the oil gets absorbed quickly. So, what about all the lotions and soaps and shampoos and perfumes and deodorants and hand sanitizers and all of that? And that can be made chemical free too. Like, 100 years ago, everybody was using different things. They were not using chemicals and all these bottled products. In fact, there was no plastic. So we want to remove the chemicals from the food, remove the packaged food. We can't forget that even medicines are chemicals, and personal care products are chemicals too. And so are home care products that we often breathe in, the window cleaners, the toilet cleaners, the air fresheners, the um, phenyl or the naphthalene balls and all of that. How can we minimize all of these? And there are companies like Strategy is one that helps you have chemical-free products. And if you go to our website, sorry, to our YouTube channel, to the do-it-yourself section, you go to our YouTube channel and then click on playlists and go to the do-it-yourself playlist. You will find how to make all these things at home if you want to. Now, many of you noted right in the beginning that dieting never helps, right? That's because when we're dieting, what are we thinking about? Food. Absolutely. Food is the answer. And so if we're thinking of food all the time, it's not good, because when you stop the diet, you'll be overeating. And that's what so many people have suffered from, right? Now, this is a very important section, bad eating habits. What are bad eating habits? One is, of course, eating the foods that are not for humans or addictive foods that we already talked about. The next is eating mindlessly. That means eating when you're not hungry, eating when you're watching TV or watching a movie and eating that popcorn without even thinking about whether you're hungry or not because it's addictive, or eating eating just because you've gone out socially or there's free food available or whatever. We should never eat when we're not hungry. That means we really need to step back and think, am I hungry? If yes, let me eat. And binge eating, you know, uh, when you have emotional problems or you're stressed or distressed, sometimes we just overeat for comfort. And we eat in between meals as well. Why do we eat in between meals? I found myself eating between meals on the days I'm home, because if I'm in front of my desk and working, I don't think of food. But on the days that I'm home, I can just pass the kitchen and pick up something. So let's avoid eating between meals and let's have no more than 5 meals a day: breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. And dinner should ideally be latest by 8 p.m., ideally by 7 p.m., because if we were living in nature, you can't eat after sunset, right? Now, unfortunately, we've been taught to eat unmindfully, because when we're young, our mouth literally zips up when we're full. And no mother can force her baby to have more of her milk, even though the baby loves it. When the baby is full, the mouth gets zipped. But once we start talking and understanding, mother says, come on, it's lunchtime. You have to finish all your food. You can't go to school without finishing your food or whatever. And we've learned to overeat. And unfortunately, parents love to give their children more food. In fact, I've had parents, like my patients' parents, who say, the patient doesn't eat anything. And the patient is running around the room, lots of energy. And I say, okay, what does he eat? And they say he loves fruits and he just can eat raw vegetables. But parents think that raw food is not food, right? So now we have to unlearn all the things that we've been taught and eat only when hungry. And if you go to work and you have a special lunch hour and a dinner hour, then you know that you can eat breakfast in a way that you don't overeat so that you will be hungry for lunch. Our body can kind of gauge all this. Eat according to hunger. Don't overeat anything. Eat slowly and chew well. Now, in our 21-day retreat, we have buffet meals, but we always have 3 salads. And that's so that the salads are so tempting. People fill their plates with salads. Automatically, they eat less cooked food. Now, you can do this too. All you need to do is make sure that salads or raw food are at least 1/4 of the meal. And we have fabulous salad recipes on our website. Avoid addictive foods and avoid distractions like the TV. Now, one of the best ways to eat less is to slow down. I've seen people take huge amounts of food on their plate and then they finished eating even before I've started. So, how do they do that and what can we do to avoid that? Because when you do that, there's not enough time for the message to go from your stomach to your brain telling you you're full, and you eventually end up overeating. So number one, gratitude. Make sure that you say gratitude and actually think about it, that how did all this food come to your table? Imagine the meal that you're going to eat in 15 or 20 minutes took so long to grow, such a long time to cook. And we can't forget, the people in between. The farmers sold it to the middleman, and the middleman sold it to us. And so they've all looked after this food. Can we thank them before we start? We're so lucky that we have food on our table every day. Then check how hungry you are and take food on your plate only according to that. Before you start, savor the food on your plate with your eyes. Look at how beautiful it is. And that's the reason we have such colorful food in our 21-day program, so that you can actually savor the food and get full even before you start eating by the beauty of the food. And then smell the food, touch the food. And we're lucky in India that we eat with our hands, so you can actually feel the food. You can pick up less or more. You're not shoveling it down with a fork or spoon. And then finally taste the food. Choose slowly and deliberately, and make sure that all your food is chewed up before you put the next spoonful in your mouth. Take one bite at a time and stay with the food. Taste it, at least taste it, right? Sometimes we gobble so fast that we forgot to taste the food. And then if I ask you, what did you eat yesterday? You don't even remember. How sad. So take one bite at a time and stay with the food and thoroughly enjoy it. Clean your mouth completely before you take the next bite. Let go of your fork or spoon between bites. If you're using a fork or spoon, that means you take a spoon of your food and put down the spoon. Chew your food, swallow it, and then pick up your spoon again and eat. Eat in smaller plates and in smaller utensils, or try chopsticks. Personally, I love to eat with chopsticks because you eat one piece at a time, you savor every bite, you slow down automatically. It's almost impossible to gobble down food with chopsticks. So whenever I make Asian food, I always use chopsticks. And pace yourself. Notice how long it takes you to eat your meal. Suppose you eat too fast and people have told you so. Then put a hourglass, put 10 more minutes, and make sure that you don't get up from the table for those extra 10 minutes. And slowly that will help you slow down. Now, hara hachibu. Have you heard of hara hachibu? It's a Japanese, the Okinawans use this. The Okinawan is a blue zone where people eat and people are really happy and people eat according to the way that they're supposed to. They're not fully plant-based, they do eat some fish, but they do hara hachibu, which is eat only according to hunger and stop eating when you're 80% full. Not 100% full, not 90% full, 80% full. And lastly, romance your food. Set a beautiful table, light a candle, put some slow music, appreciate your food, make it a sensual experience. Sometimes we go to a restaurant and the atmosphere is so beautiful. You don't feel like getting up, right? You don't mind waiting for your food. Now, sometimes when we're not healthy, we can put on weight. Some medical conditions that make you put on fat are hypothyroidism. So these need to be looked into. PCOD, diabetes, especially diabetes on medications, because initially you can lose weight if you have diabetes. The body tries to look after itself, but we eat too much when we are on medications. And Cushing's syndrome. And then there are some medicines that make you fat as well. And all of you know that steroids make you put on weight, and antidepressants and insulin can make you put on weight. And therefore, we have to always work at reversing the disease. That's the important thing. And that's what SHARAN actually teaches, how to reverse diseases, how to get rid of all the health problems so that you can get free of medications and none of these can make you fat. Now, lack of exercise. Do you like exercise? Tell me in the chat box. How many of you love exercise? Okay, so some of you do, and some of you don't. And truly, when you start exercising every day, your body begins to love exercise because we are creatures of habit. So, how are we going to put that exercise in place for those who don't love it? One is find something that you actually love. Maybe it's dancing, right? Or maybe it's tennis or playing some game or swimming or whatever. Exercise doesn't just mean lifting weights in some boring way and running and climbing stairs or whatever. Though those are good ways of losing weight too. Do it with a buddy. Like if you're going for a walk and you already fixed up with your buddy, you can't afford to miss that appointment. And make it a habit. And sometimes it's just so nice to get up in the morning and go for a walk with your partner and have that me time to chat with each other before you begin your busy, stressful day. And make it easy to do, right? Like, for example, if you hate exercise, tell yourself that you have to climb 14 floors every day. Tell yourself that you're going to climb these sets of floors, and if that's too much, you'll only climb two. But you're going to do it consistently so that you will keep climbing more and more. And lack of sleep is a big one. When we don't sleep enough, we often make up for that lack of energy by overeating. That is the case with so many people. And one of the causes of lack of sleep is coffee. Coffee, tea, caffeine prevents sleep. And so it's really important to cut out the coffee. Sometimes we're eating to fill a hole. And honestly, all of us have a hole inside of us sometimes, isn't it? We're upset, comfort food, isn't it? So what you could do if that's happening is be aware that you're eating to fill a hole and not your stomach, and then work on that hole. So try to work on stress and negative thinking, and you might do that just by meditating every day. Or I often tell patients that write a journal where every night you write down 5 things that went well during the day. Write it down. It takes only a minute, right? 5 things that went well automatically puts you in a good mood before you go to sleep. And when you wake up, write down 5 things that you're truly grateful for, and your day starts in a great way. Now, I want to introduce you to Captain Joseph Pinto. Captain Joseph Pinto was a pilot until he joined SHARAN. And now he's a mentor and he helps people stay on track. But Captain Pinto didn't love exercise either. Captain, do you want to share your story?
Yes, of course. In fact, I mean, this topic is lose weight and gain health. If you're looking at my story, I was a pilot and I was struggling to clear my medicals because of weight. Even though my license are at stake, every 6 months you have to do medicals, and always it is written obese, or sometimes initially it is written excess weight, reduce and come next time. Then later on it went crossed above 80, it came become obese. And I tried all the tricks. Those who, anybody who can relate to me, like, drinking a Loki juice or lemon water, honey, what not. But, and even the gym with a personal trainer, a gym and everything, never ever I could reduce my weight. It kept on increasing, kept on increasing, kept on increasing. But luckily, since I'm blessed, SHARAN came into our life. So after watching a documentary called Earthlings, whole family we changed, and because of don't want to be part of this cruelty, nothing we knew that health benefit at that point of time. And it was a decision that we'll not be part of this cruelty anymore. We all changed over and we were living happily. So one day, what happened is I was traveling in an auto. Somebody tried to snatch a phone from my hand. And if anybody from Mumbai, they know that Kafi Asmi Park near to that. But I told myself, I had to catch this boy. And I ran, and he ran all along that park. And it's almost 500 to 1 kilometer distance. I was sprinting behind him and almost catch, but he jumped into the drainage there, that canal or whatever this thing, and he escaped. I said, but while I'm running, I was happy that, man, I could run. I could sprint. Then I called up my wife, you know what? I almost ran 1 kilometer sprinting speed. There was a time when I was playing football or something, 5 minutes, I used to get exhausted and I start falling and all these things. And then I realized I lost almost 8 kgs by then. That was within 3 months or 4 months. I lost 8 kgs. And total, as of now, I lost almost 17 kgs. I am holding 69, 70 steady. I mean, that is one side effect of going vegan or whole food plant-based. But best thing what it happened for me is the energy. I mean, I can do this ever and ever for the energy to maintain. You will get your youth back, you get your smartness back, your looks back, and trust me, you have to go for it. And in fact, Raina was the instrumental to us to come to attend Dr. Nandita's seminar. So she told us, told Rose, in fact, my wife, that you will thank me. So from that onwards, I use that keyword, and you will thank us if you follow this lifestyle. And everybody is benefiting, you, planet, animals. So you don't have any choice to say no to this. Thank you, doctor. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Captain. And I just want to share that Captain, he's so involved in this now that he runs SHARAN Organic Farmers Market. He has SHARAN Organic Store. This is all in Bombay. Of course, it's not all over the country, but so many people have benefited because he has high quality foods that they can get from him. So thank you, Captain, for all the work that you're doing. And if you haven't been to SHARAN Organic Market, Captain, would you like to tell a word or two about that?
So the intention behind SHARAN Organic Farmers Market is basically we are building a community, healthy and positive community. That is the underline. Because I want to live in this planet another 50 years happily. Okay, so I required a good planet and a good community to be around. So that is the main idea, to build a community. And so in that bargain, we started this. We started in 2016, and it was off for some time. Then we restarted again in Juhu at Dilkush School every Sunday. And one visit every Sunday, we have some more other workshops. Last Sunday was on farming, and next Sunday is on young parents to build healthy kids and nutrition and emotional benefits and all these things. So I highly appreciate if you can visit at least one Sunday and see how the community is building.
You really have to do it if you live in Bombay. And if you visit Bombay, it's every Sunday. Thank you, Captain, for that. And so now I'm going back to my screen share. But look at that. Isn't that something? Okay. So a summary of what to do. Eat whole plant-based food. Recipes are on our website. Always buy the high-quality organic foods. Minimize chemicals in your personal care, home care products as well, and minimize medicines as well. Eat mindfully. Eat only when hungry. Slow down and chew and actually taste your food. Get down medications as you get well. Cut down the medications. This is very important. Don't hold on to the medications. I've seen that people's blood sugar, blood pressure comes down, but they are so used to the medications that they don't often cut them down. Please don't take medications that you don't require. And exercise, rest at the right time, make sure you get enough sleep, work on stress and negative thinking, and delay your first meal. Once we start eating, the salivary juices and the enzymes all start in our body. So if you can delay the first meal, it will be really helpful. That means when you wake up, don't have your green smoothie right away, but wait till you're really hungry and then start with your green smoothie. So then you will be able to perhaps skip your snack and go straight for lunch, and you will be able to reduce the number of meals. Now, how can we help you? We have 6 weeks to health gain and weight loss program, which Reina conducts. And we also have a 6 weeks to health gain and weight loss online program, which Reina has curated. And then we have a 3 months personalized health gain weight loss program with our nutritionist. Or you can take doctor's consultations if you're on medications and you have health problems. Remember, health gain and weight loss are all rolled into one when it comes to SHARAN, and we can help you with both simultaneously. We do have these publications on our website, which are available for free download. And these publications, which are They have been published by somebody else, so they're not available for free download, but they are great as well. So, once again, SHARAN stands for Sanctuary for Health and Reconnection to Animals and Nature. If we think, what did nature or God expect us to do, and do that, we will be healthy and lose weight our entire lives.